I'm talking to Bill West, the Mayor of Cowra. Now, Bill, it's come out in local media about a massive surplus. Now, federal governments are always looking for a surplus in their budgets. Can you explain the $2.5 million surplus and whether it is actually a surplus or just a quirk of accounting?
Well, when we use the word quirk, it's in accordance with nationally accepted accounting practices which the council's got to adopt and follow. And it takes into consideration a lot of issues, a lot of factors which can become quite, I guess, convoluted, and to a lot of people probably don't make sense. I've just got to stress that 2.5 million.
I wish it was billion.
I wish it was billion. No, I don't. But the $2.5 million surplus is an accounting figure. What people need to be looking at, I think, to understand this in better terminology is compare it to a household budget, and it has a few more noughts, except that, a few more dissections, a bit more complicated, but in essence it's a household budget, and we watch the cash flow. The cash flow is the one which really gives us an indication of what council earns and what council spends.
Yeah.
The rest can be excluding capital grants, it can involve a little bit of depreciation, and it can involve a lot of external factors which go to give you that $2.5 million figure, but it doesn't really equate back to the cash flow, and the cash flow situation is the one that we monitor regularly. And I guess I've got to say that the council is fit for the future. Part of it is we've got our accounting processes right and our dollars right, but we're still providing the services to our community. Nothing is, if you look at this current year's draft budget, there's a lot of work being undertaken in next year in terms of water, sewer and general roads and so forth. So we are spending the dollars, we're not accumulating the dollars, we're not going to sit back with a great big massive bank balance. It's about providing the services to our community, to have a surplus, and we're budgeting for small cash surplus in the general function, but nowhere near like 2.5. For a small cash surplus, but in other functions there could be for the year could be a loss, simply because of the capital works we're doing.
Okay, so we can't say now we've got a bundle load of cash and we can just explode around the place and spend up big.
Do what everybody suggests, that come election year you have a great big party and spend money. No. And I'd like to think that our long-term budgeting and our strategic planning, we go way beyond election cycle, which I think people suggest the state and federal government, the major parties, to get accused of doing now. The long-term planning is an election cycle. No, we're looking well in the future, and yeah, we're not going to have a party, and there's no cut back to services or jobs or whatever. And we're not just raking the dollars in to have a big nest egg. It's an accounting procedure which doesn't reflect that, as I say, that household budget scenario or comparison to your cash flow position.
Well, thank you for clearing that up.
Pleasure, my pleasure. And I hope it's something that may evolve and may take a lot of explaining, because it can become quite difficult to understand when you've got a $2.5 million surplus, and you and I would think, well, that's $2.5 million in your pocket, but it's not. It doesn't work that way.